Thank you.
Last public question.
Good morning and thank you. My name is Elizabeth LaRocca and I live at 45 Winding Pond Road. I'm wondering how important you think Londonderry's involvement in regional initiatives is. And I mentioned two that come to mind is the Greater Manchester Chambers Metro Center and the Londonderry Chambers recent infrastructure forum to discuss things like Pettingill Road, Exit 4A, and the widening of I-93.
Mr. Frieda.
Well, I'm not sure I'm aware of what these initiatives do, except in the area of Exit 4. I know that's sort of a joint issue with the town of Derry. And frankly, my concern over Exit 4 and what goes on is we seem to be at the tail end of things. I think we should get together, the Town Council of Derry and the Town Council of Londonderry should get together and find out where we're going on this thing. Do the voters want it or not? And if not, let's release the town from the liability it's under and the restrictions it's under to fund $5 million of bonds and move forward. Or if we've got to pay for it, then let's get on with it and let's let people know what the situation is.
Thank you. Mr. Farrell.
Yeah, I think you'll see that, being in the center of everything, we're going to be involved in all of these discussions going forward. With regards to 4A, we lost a lawsuit. We're liable if the state or if the feds or Derry or anybody decides to go forward. We're on the hook for $5 million. All right? What we don't want to do is pay anything more than $5 million, which was committed at town meeting back in the early 90s.
Thank you. Mr. Green.
Yeah, regional initiatives like this absolutely need town-to-town cooperation. Exit 4A, as we talked about, I don't want to repeat everything you just heard, but basically it's, as you said, we have to pay that $5 million. It's going to be done. We might as well do it in the right manner and work with Derry, have meetings with Derry, so that we can really put this out and put it out at the least amount of tax burden as possible.
Mr. Dolan?
Marty, during my last time on the council, I felt that regional leadership was a real important aspect of local town council membership, and this is something where it's a philosophical issue. Should we be looking only inward at ourselves, or should we be looking more broad? And I think we should be more broad. When I was on the council, I testified several times in Concord on important legislation for the community, and also worked closely with the school board and other local governments to take a more collective approach.
Mr. Seekman.
I think it would be irresponsible not to look at the regional issues. They affect Londonderry. I talked about earlier how we're like the center hub around everything. But how could we not? If we want to develop our airport road with all the access we have and make us like a central hub and stuff, it's irresponsible not to look at the regional things, and especially pull it into our advantage, at least have some input into it.
Thank you. With that, we're going to go to closing questions, responses by you. So you